Welcome to another video, A Walk with Phil, and I'm here in West Bromwich. In fact, I'm going to take you to a place that I bet a lot of you haven't been here for quite some time, and it's Charlemont Farm Estate. So let's see what's changed, shall we? Okay, so this is the main road coming into Charlemont Farm Estate, Beacon View Road, and when you actually stand at the top, a bit further back from here, you can see quite far. In fact, you'd probably see a lot further if it weren't for all the trees that are planted around. And the reason for why we have the trees is because when Charlemont Farm was built in the 1960s, 1964, they built it upon Garden City lines, and Garden City lines relates to a lot of greenery and trees and fields, and you'll find a lot of fields, a lot of trees that are around here in Charlemont Farm. And so, oh yeah, the first thing I can see on my right is a pub called the Spinney. I think many of you who've been through Charlemont Farm have heard of the Spinney. There you go, there's the Spinney pub for you. That was built in December of 1969, and back then it was very popular, 1969, 1970, with teenagers mainly, because there was a dance hall in West Bromwich New Street called the Adelphi, and when that burned down in 71, a lot of the teenagers decided, well, we'll come here. The first manager of this place was a certain Jack Parker, and this place, the Spinney, was frequented back in the day in the 70s by the likes of Anne Aston from The Golden Shot, which was a very famous TV programme, Jeff Astle, West Bromwich Albion, and other players from West Bromwich Albion, Ata Hartford, Len Cantello, yeah, they all came here to the Spinney. We'll come down this road now, Smithmore Crescent. We'll have a look, see what's down here. Now, of course, when Charlemont Farm was built, not only did it include a lot of greenery, trees, shrubs, and that sort of thing, but it also consisted of houses. They built houses, bungalows, low-rise flats, high-rise flats. When I came here back in the day, there were dozens of high-rise blocks, very famous for their tower blocks here in Charlemont Farm. Now, as I haven't been here for such a long time, I'd be interested to see whether they still stand. Seeing along here all 60s semi-detached properties. There's Farhill Close down there. Something a bit of do-it-yourself. Ghosty Close up there. And to my right, in the distance, which we can't see from here, but I can hear it, is that low hum of the M6. We entered Smithmore Crescent via Beacon View Road. As we go around the corner at the bottom of here, we'll be back on Beacon View Road. Some rather colourful frontages of these, white, green, brown, green, black. Yeah. If you ain't got a garden, then why not turn your terrace into one? It looks very colourful. At Whittington Close. Some more of these frontages here. Light brown, bright red. you can see, plenty of trees around here in Smithmore Crescent. Plenty of those properties are to my left that you'll find in Charlemont, where you go upstairs to your front door. So in effect 4 families living there in one block, 2 at the bottom, 2 at the top. One of those big blocks looming into view ahead of me. I think that block used to be called Kennedy House. Well, we'll have a look at that in a bit. There's Meadow Avenue for you down there. This looks like a fairly new kind of estate just here, Farm End Close. Pingle Close just over there. And ahead of me looks some very, very new types of properties. They look like beach huts, don't they? What do you think, folks? Those I've never seen those before. These are all fairly new. Yeah, some behind there as well. Yeah, it looks like beach huts, don't they? There's a strip of lime green and strips of green around their little balconies. Okay, I'm walking back up Beacon View Road. Some more newer type buildings here as well, to my right. They look like garages. I think some of the architecture, they go a little bit over the top sometimes. No character about those at all, do they? They look like a row of garages. There's Daisy Drive ahead of me on the right. We've come to a few shops here along Beacon View Road, and you can see the tops of all the shops. Very typical of 1960s, flat roofs and typical multicoloured balconies. The same colours actually that seem to predominate. 2 blocks of flats behind me, Kennedy House and Marshall House, they were coloured like that. So here we got a supermarket. There's a grill and fish and chips, I think that one. And we got none of these estates escape a Turkish barber. We've got a dry cleaners. It looks like an off license there. We've got a chemist, a pizza, Chinese takeaway, and another grocery store at the end. Okay, so there's all the shops that serve this estate here on Charlemont Farm. Okay, so here we got which used to be called Kennedy House. It's now called Camberley. It's now in private landlord hands. It's not council anymore. A private landlord now owns this block. Next to it there used to be another block, and that used to be called Marshall House. As you can see, it's not there anymore. All being demolished around about 2002, and in its place we've got all these smart new semi-detached properties all along there. Okay, and just ahead of me is a new road called Camberley Rise. Yeah, and there's a shuttle bus coming past called the number 66. Now, I remember a bus service that used to come along here, and I could swear it was the number 38. I don't know if the number 38 still comes along here. I have no idea what this place was. It's shuttered down, it's closed. It looked like it was a shop of sorts once. but it's no more. Another look at this building here, Camberley House. Here we got Windmill Crescent. Lots of mini roundabouts I've noticed as well along this stretch now of Beacon View Road. Okay, well I want to just pan you around. I'm going to let you have a look at what used to be here. This used to be the site of a pub called the Mill, and obviously Windmill Crescent and the Mill were synonymous with mills that used to dominate round this area. Bussellow Mill, that kind of thing. This was the first pub that they built, which opened in about 1966 or 67, something like that. And the first manager was a bloke called Tom Eggington, and it used to be popular because they used to have live bands in the weekends. But as myth had it, I don't know, this is the thing, is this a myth or is this fact? Hopefully somebody can tell me. But Roger Moore is supposed to have opened this very pub, the Mill, on that very day in 1966-67. He was appearing as the Saint Simon Templar at the time, and he did have links to this to the Midlands area. 62, he lived up in Four Oaks, and his mother, in fact, also lived nearby at Mere Green. So yeah, so Roger Moore did live in Sutton Coldfield, and he had links with his mother who lived nearby to him. He also had aunts who lived in Cannock. As far as the pub is concerned, well, this burnt down. He had an arson attack. 2010, 2014, it was demolished, and they passed plans to build 11 flats on here, or houses or whatever, but you can see it is still not happened, has it? It's all fenced off, and yeah, I don't know what the hold up is. There's Brierley in front of us, huge. It isn't, it's a 21 story or something like that. I think it's 21 stories. I don't want to count them. Too many to count. That's Brierley. Yeah, there's the church, and just down there are some playing fields, swings, slides, and we've got some blocks here. Actually, two here to my right, and there's a third one here to my left. Oh, there's a fourth one over there. Yeah. So yeah, there's still some of these high-rise, low-rise flats around. Beacon View House is this one's called. Yeah, that one's called Broom House. Yeah, we go. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's half a dozen that I can see here. Yeah, all in this particular square. That's another Beacon View Road named tower block. I thought I'd use this cut through here from Beacon View Road, and this joins Windmill Crescent, and you can see a lot of greenery here, a lot of fields, trees, and it's been plagued with fly tipping, so they've put a sign up, you know, and of course that would deter them, wouldn't it? Yeah. A path through the fields. Wouldn't know where it actually goes. Yeah. Very quiet along Windmill Crescent. Now, I don't know what the crime rates around Charlemont Farm Estate, but in 2019, incredibly, there were 2 murders here on this estate. One of them was just down there where those flats are, I think. There was one round there in Windmill Crescent, and another one within 3 months of another murder in Beacon View Road. Okay, so we've left Windmill Crescent. We'll carry on along the bottom end of Beaconview Road. It's around these parts of Beaconview Road that you find the majority of these types of properties now, where you got the two up and the two down, where you go upstairs there on the sides to your front door. Yeah, there's a lot of those at this end of Beaconview Road. Beaconview Road is a very, as I said earlier, it's another one of those really busy roads. I didn't realise that it would be this busy. I don't know what made me think it would be quite a sort of road these days, but cars parked onto the green frontages. Guy sitting in the gutter over there. Yeah, that's Busselholme Lane down there. There's another cut through to green fields, it looks like. And another thing, just where that block of flats had been demolished further back, there was also a library nearby that was demolished as well back in the 70s. So the residents of Charlemont Farm now haven't even got a library any longer, and it's just got the one pub, which for many people along here wouldn't really call it a local. The Spinney's quite a way back now. The mill was the other one, but as we said earlier, that's got burnt down in 2010. As you can see, there's a bridge over there in the distance to my right. That's the Tame Valley Canal that runs from somewhere near Nechells in Birmingham all the way along here through Wednesbury. And a great big pylon here, electric pylon. So these residents here have got a canal and an electric pylon running over the top of their house. Yeah. Here's Millersdale Drive. There's the bank of the canal ahead of me. It's suddenly gone really quiet for a change. And we're just coming up to the end now of Beaconview Road, and it's quite a long road actually. What I'll do, I'll have a quick look under the canal bridge. Okay, let's have we've crossed over now. We'll go over underneath the famous leaking bridge. It's always leaking. Been leaking like that for years. I think if you get any heavy rain, I don't know if it actually floods underneath there, but there's some steps there. Goes to used to go through a gate of some sort, but right, we'll take a walk up to the end of this road, and I think we're nearing the end of our little jaunt around Charlemont Farm Estate. So what do you think of it, folks? Has it changed much for you? And I think this has changed as well, hasn't it? Navigation Lane. Now this is named after a pub that used to be on these parts. I don't remember it, but some will tell me, yeah, there was a pub here called the Navigation. Very famous pub here. But, well, for whatever reason, it's been demolished and we've got a lot of new houses and properties built here. Okay, that would more than likely have been the local for the people of the lower end of Beacon View Road, but sadly that's no more. Still plenty of grass verges and trees though. Okay, so we've reached our journey's end. As over the way there, we've got Friar Park Estate, which is part of Wednesbury. It used to be part of West Bromwich back in the day, in the 1966. It changed to Wednesbury, and Haley Heath in West Bromwich used to be in Wednesbury. In 1966 it moved over to West Bromwich, so it was a straight swap. Okay folks, so that's the end of our little jaunt along Beacon View Road. There's been a few changes that I've noticed since the last time I came here many years ago. There's a few high-rise that's been demolished, but we've lost the mill pub, we've lost the library, but it still looks rather green. But having said that, I don't know what the people are like here in Charlemont Farm. So what do you think, folks? What are your thoughts about the place? But anyway, I hope you liked the video, and if you did, hit the like button and also hit subscribe and hit the notification bell for new videos, and I'll see you on the next one.